Hey guys, it's Mark from parkflyers.com. Today we're looking at the Rustler 4x4 Ultimate. This retails for $529.99. It's available in blue and green. Car comes with loaded with tons of upgrades and really ends up being a very good value. Now, a lot of the customers that buy cars from me, to be quite honest, almost everybody upgrades their car. Nobody likes to keep anything the same. The upgrades on this are really nice, and everything is very color coordinated. You have that anodized green theme going here, and everything looks really good. The caster block, the steering block, these are just not going to break. Aluminum just really never breaks unless it gets run over by a car. These are just not breaking. The rear bearing carrier is also anodized green, and they just match the GTR shocks in the center brace. Everything just looks great, and it's set up very well. They also include front and rear sway bars. I can't stress how important sway bars are for high-speed stability. If you're gonna ring this car out, take it to 65 plus, you're gonna want sway bars on the car. Otherwise, the car is it's gonna go out of control. You're not gonna be happy. So the fact that these come with them is really nice. We think all of the TRAXXAS cars should be coming with them. We hope they'll change that in the future, but as of now, the Ultimates, they all come with sway bars, and we think it's a great addition to the car. The other thing that a lot of people don't know about is that the Ultimates come with the Bluetooth module already installed in the radio. It talks to all the telemetry sensors that are running through the car. So check this out. This is the TRAXXAS app on the iPhone, and if you look at the lower left idea where my thumb is, that is the temperature. There's a sensor on the motor. It's registering 78 degrees. If you look to the right, this is the battery gauge. It's reading 7.9 volts. Tells you how much battery you got left. And then you have the miles per hour right here, and then you have RPM, the actual RPM of the motor. So if I'm going to hold the throttle, you're going to see how it measures the speed and the RPM based on rotation. It's not based on GPS. It's based on mathematical computations. It's measuring the RPM of the motor, and it's calculating the speed based on the pinion and the spur. If you change anything like the pinion, the spur, or the tires, you're going to have to change that in the app to compensate so that it's accurate. But right now, out of the box, on a 3S battery, it's going to be very accurate. You can actually get a mount for $15. You can put it on your iPhone, and it will hold the phone right above where you're driving, and you can see all your parameters right in front of you. It's a very nice feature that the Ultimate has, and it's all set up for you. Nobody loves setting up the telemetry. It's a pain in the ass, but this comes out of the box with the telemetry and gives you 4 readings. Really, really nice feature, and we think it's really cool. The cool thing about the speed is it'll actually record the highest recorded speed. So when you do a speed run, you just ring it out. You don't have to be staring at your phone. You can focus on the car, and then you look at the app, and the speed will be there. And it's actually really a very nice app, very nicely set up. So it's awesome. Now, the battery that I recommend with this car is the 3S 6400 from TRAXXAS. It fits right in here. It's got a unique battery holder that clips in. All you do when you get the 6400 is you flip this upside down so it actually allows for more space. And then you basically will be getting close to an hour of runtime. And that is something that I highly endorse. We have them in stock, and most of our customers that get this car end up getting the 6400 battery. It's 25C rated, it works well, and there's no problems with the battery at all. For a person that has this car, you're getting a lot of upgrades, but what can you do to just add to it? What do I think that you need to make this car even better? One thing I would add are the green anodized wheelie bar wheels. Now, they're the thinner type of wheels. They're not the original blue wheels that were released with the 2-wheel drive TRAXXAS cars. Those only come in blue and red. They do not come in green. You can get the green wheels that are the thinner type, and they go in the back here. It'll help the car track better when pulling up, and it'll just be a better option to have. If you're having a car this nice, you might as well just get the anodized green wheels in the back. The other thing that you definitely want to get, it is the #1 upgrade for the Ultimate, is the center differential. Now, the center differential, if you're going to buy it, you have to make sure not to buy the plastic one. It's not going to hold up to the Villanium 3500 motor. You're going to have to get the metal one. Unfortunately, it's $69.99. It's expensive, but the spur gear on it is steel, and the housing for the diff is aluminum. It's very nice. Now, I'm not sure of the weight that the oil that comes in the diff. Usually they just put one oil in their production runs and they just release it for every car. I'm going to have to do some testing to see which oil is the best for this type of car, because it's a lighter car than, let's say, a Horse or a Stampede 4x4 or a Raptor R. So they usually put thicker oils. It may not need such a thicker oil. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be anywhere from about 50 to 100K. We'll see. We'll do some testing. If this customer upgrades a center diff, maybe we'll do some testing for him at no charge, and we'll see which oil goes best in the center diff. Now, because this car is going to be running pretty hard, we opted to put in the Valenian fan for the speed control. It keeps the speed control from doing thermal shutdowns, and you definitely should get that if you're going to get the car. Another cool upgrade that this customer got was the LED light kit. It's actually made just for the Rustler 4x4. It's $49.99. Now, the lights on this body basically are on the front bumper, and it's on the top brace of the car. You have the LED white in the front, and on the rear, you're going to have the red. Overall, it looks really good. And the way TRAXXAS does it, they give you a little junction box to put on the car. It screws right in, and everything goes into the junction box. You don't even have to open up the receiver box to install the light kit. It's very easy and very classy, very nice. TRAXXAS always does some of the best LED light systems. This car is no exception. Now, I want to talk about something that I really like about this car, and that is the way the body goes onto the chassis. Now, a lot of the newer TRAXXAS cars, some of them are coming with these flimsy clipless body designs where you hit something hard and the body just pops off. This car is not going to do that. The front part of the body hooks into the front shock tower, and then the back just latches and locks it down. This cover will never, ever pop off. It is on for good. So you can do whatever you want with this car. You could bash it as hard as you want. The cover is not going to come popping off, and that is really good, especially with the LED lights. You don't want a cover popping off with all those wires hanging off. It's going to ruin everything, so that is a good design. Now, let's talk about the wheels. The Ultimate has really nice wheels. For some reason, these are much better balanced than the Talons that come with the regular Rustler 4x4. Those have balancing issues from the factory. These do not. So when you run this on the bench, if we ran this and ran the tires in the air, you would see they would all be pretty much balanced. I think they have a higher quality foam inside the tire. Now, they definitely have a stickier rubber. This is one of the stickiest tires that TRAXXAS makes. They claw at the ground, and I'm pretty stoked about these tires. People that have the regular Rustler 4x4s, they want to know what's a good upgrade, wheel and tire. I tell them this one handles speed very well, and like I said, it's super grippy, and we like it a lot. Why is the Rustler 4x4 so popular? And that's because of the way it drives. Because of its short wheelbase, it is very nimble. It takes corners at very high speeds, and it has a very, very high level of satisfaction when it's driven. It can be driven very hard. It can actually be driven a lot harder than a Slash 4x4 just because of the fact that it's low to the ground. It has a very low CG. And like I said, the wheelbase is short. So it's very nimble and it's very stable. If you give full throttle and do a high speed run, you're not likely to flip this over just because it's so low to the ground. It comes with the LCG chassis here, and like I said, it keeps the car low and stable. So a lot of people also call this a mini e-Revo, and that's basically what it drives like. It's just like a miniature e-Revo, and it's on steroids. On the box, it says it'll do 65 miles an hour. It probably will, but that's with extreme gearing. We don't recommend that. Usually, I always tell my customers, go 5 miles an hour back from what TRAXXAS recommends, and you'll be safe. Even if, let's say you geared it to go 55 miles an hour, there's nothing wrong with that, and that is very fast. Most people are not going to be going through dirt at 55 miles an hour. It's just not going to, it's not going to work. It's not going to end well if you're doing 55 miles an hour on a rough dirt field. You're going to just basically damage the car. So, speed runs are very important for a lot of my customers, but you don't have to do it in the dirt, and you certainly don't have to go 65. Now, the one thing I want everybody to keep in mind is TRAXXAS is releasing their VXL buggy, the Jado. It's coming out in the springtime. It's going to come out the same time they're going to release their new 4S speed control. Now, the cool thing that a lot of people don't know is that 4S speed control is going to fit it has the same footprint as the VXL 3S. So it's going to go right into here, and you're going to be able to actually run this 4S. And we're very excited about it because the second feature of that speed control, besides running 4S, is that it's going to allow an adjustment to the voltage on the servo. So now you could crank up your voltage and quicken your steering. And that's a new feature of this new receiver. It's supposed to have very efficient capacitors in it. It's supposed to run really efficient and cool. And like I said, it's going to have a very small footprint. This car can definitely handle 4S. The drivetrain is bulletproof. And we know that because it's been out for years. It's has been very slowly refined over those years. But end result is it's really, really nice. One cool upgrade that a lot of people do not know about and a lot of people do not get are the steel cut spiralized ring and pinion gears for the differentials. That is a really nice upgrade. They're really, really durable. They're very efficient and they run really nice. If you're going to upgrade this to 4S, I recommend getting the spiral cut steel gears. And if anybody's interested in that, we could always install them for you. Now, the other thing I want to talk about are the differential weights. TRAXXAS does usually put a differential weight oils on the heavier side. It's good for durability, and as far as durability as far as the far as the oil running out and withstanding water. But for performance, you could always get a little bit more out of these cars if you dial them in. If you ever in the area or buy a car from us, we help you dial a car into your taste. And we play with differentials, center differential oils, all that stuff. And we make the cars drive it just a little bit better than stock. Anyway, this is a great car. I'm sure the customer is going to love it. Please like, share, and subscribe. We will see you on the next review.